Welcome to another Odds HQ NHL betting preview video for Tuesday, September the 8th. I'm Ian Cameron. We'll try to get back in the win column after a swing and a miss, let's put it mildly, with the New York Islanders last night as they get trounced by the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 1 of the East Final. Game 2 now of the West Final taking place Tuesday night with the Dallas Stars leading the Vegas Golden Knights 1-0. Vegas minus 165 favorites in Game 2. The total 5.5 here in the second game of this series, which has come down from the Game 1 total, which was at 6. The Vegas Golden Knights offense, where can it be? That's the question coming into Game 2. It has all of a sudden dried up completely. Really is amazing to see the difference. I mean, we have seen this Golden Knights team, score a bunch of goals in the round robin, 15 goals in 3 round robin games, 15 more goals in the 5 games against Chicago in the first round. They scored 15 goals in the first 4 games of the second round against Vancouver to take a 3-1 series lead. And yet since Game 5 and beyond, they haven't had a goal from any forward on the team. The only goals have come from defenseman Shea Theodore, scored twice during that time. That's it. So it has been an absolute struggle all of a sudden for the Vegas Golden Knights, who, of course, coming off a shutout now against Dallas, 1-0 in Game 1. I mean, it's just 4 goals in their last 4 games, and 2 of those 4 goals were empty net goals. It's simply not going to cut it for this Vegas Golden Knights team. And Peter DeBoer challenged this team after the Game 1 loss, saying, we got what we deserved in the game. They make you work for everything. It's going to be a different series. We need to get our head around the way we've got to play to beat the Dallas Stars. It's different from Chicago. It's different from Vancouver. So Peter DeBoer is trying to get his team to realize you're playing a different animal here with this Dallas Stars team. And it's amazing to me that Dallas has gone all the way through to the Western Conference Final, and they've miraculously been able to do it with their offense, which for the majority of the season, we've never thought of the Dallas Stars as a great offensive team or a high-scoring team. But boy, they sure transitioned their way into becoming a high-scoring team here in the playoffs. Going back to the last couple games of the Calgary, or the last game of the Calgary series, they scored 7. And then in the Colorado series, they scored 5, 5, 4, 5, 3, 1, 5 goals in those 7 games against the Colorado Avalanche. So other than that 4-1 loss they suffered in Game 6, which was actually the only game to stay under the total in that series. They scored at least 3 goals in every other game in that series, but they showed against Vegas in Game 1 here of the West Final they can win 1-0, and they're happy with it. In fact, they're ecstatic with it. Rick Bowness talked about it, a couple of the Stars players after the game saying that Game 1 win, 1-0 against Vegas, that was true Dallas Stars hockey. And what do they mean by that? Well, they played the kind of game that they had so much success winning, during the regular season and most of last year. These are the kind of games Dallas would win. Keep things low scoring, tight checking, rely on defense and goaltending, and get timely goals. They were really not thought of, or certainly the way they played on the ice certainly didn't illustrate that they were this high-flying, high-scoring, up and down the ice offensive juggernaut. Yet somehow it's turned out to be this way in the first 2 rounds against Calgary and Colorado. But you're playing a Vegas team that doesn't mind playing either style, either offensively or a low-scoring game. And right now they're playing low-scoring games because they're having trouble putting the puck in the net. To me, this is maybe, I'm usually someone that likes to bet based on what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing right now is a Vegas team. It's hard to trust them offensively right now. How can you back them in Game 2 with just how much trouble they're having finding the back of the net? Well, the good news for Vegas is they're going to have Ryan Reeves back. And yeah, he's not a big offensive contributor, but a lot of comments were made by the Golden Knights too. Peter DeBoer, the head coach, a couple of the players after Game 1 that didn't have a lot of energy in Game 1. That's why I bring up Ryan Reeves, because he actually can bring a team that when he is one of your teammates. He brings energy because he can lay a big body check out there on the ice, make a big hit, and all of a sudden get everybody fired up, and everybody just, there's that extra little jump in their skate when they see Ryan Reaves lay out somebody or something like that. As long as he can rein it in and not do something stupid like he did in the Vancouver series, which got him the 1-game suspension in the first place. If he plays in between the whistles, he is actually a guy that can help Vegas and really energize the team when he makes a good play or makes a big hit. And they're going to have him back from his 1-game suspension here for Game 2 of this Western Conference Final on Tuesday night. Look, if I'm Vegas, I know who I'm looking for right now. The forwards, the offense from the forwards have gone ice cold. Jonathan Marchessault struggled. William Karlsson struggled. Even Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty, and Alex Tuch, who started out the playoffs really playing well offensively and finding the score sheet for the Golden Knights, they haven't played as well in recent games. I think at some point that's got to change, and I'm going to need from this Dallas team to show me that 2 games in a row they can shut down the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm not buying it just yet. Let's not forget, in the last round, the Dallas Stars gave up. They gave up in the last. Actually, you go back the last 5 games of the Colorado-Dallas series. I'm just looking at it in my notes here. The last 5 games of the Colorado series, the Dallas Stars gave up a combined, as I'm doing the math here, 17, 21, 25 goals in the last 5 games of that Colorado series. They gave up 25 goals to the Colorado Avalanche. So, there's a lot to be said here about what can we get from this team defensively in terms of consistency. Can we get a consistent defensive effort? 24 goals, I beg your pardon, 24 goals in the last 5 games of that series against Colorado. 24 goals allowed in the last 5 games by the Dallas Stars to the Colorado Avalanche. So their defense struggled most of that series. I know they said, got back to Dallas Stars hockey, low-scoring hockey. Our defensive game was tight. Our checking was good. Anton Udobin was really good in net. Let's see him do it a second straight game before I'm convinced Dallas, for the rest of this series, they're going to win every game. And if they win every game 1-0, 2-1. I'm not so sure. I'm going to back Vegas here in Game 2 to bounce back with the win. I don't love the minus 165 price, so what I'm personally going to do is going to go minus 105 plus 100 with Vegas in regulation. If you have access to regulation lines or 3-way money lines, as they're called in NHL betting, a lot of sports books offer them. That's the way I'm going to go to get better value on the Vegas side. Obviously, we'd lose the bet if Vegas wins in overtime, but I'll take my chances that they can get it done within 60 minutes. It's around even money, minus 105, to back the Vegas Golden Knights in regulation time. That's the way I'm going to go with Game 2. The total, I can't bet an over anymore with Vegas. I'm sorry. Or Dallas, after what they said, that they're happy winning 1-0. Dallas Stars hockey, yeah. Win 1-0, yeah. That sounds like a team that wants to try to duplicate that same kind of game again. So that tells me I don't really love the over here. I would lean to the under at 5.5. Again, I don't love the drop in the total either. I'm always way more leery of an under 5.5 than I am an under 6. But again, with Vegas, you look at their last 4 games, they've gone under the total in 4 straight playoff games. And during that span, you've seen the Vegas Golden Knights score a grand total of 4 goals. In those last 4 games, including getting shut out twice. So from a totals perspective, I could only go under the total here in Game 2 with Vegas and Dallas, but my stronger stance is going to be Vegas finding enough offense and Robin Lehner doing the rest in net and defensively to neutralize the Dallas Stars. And let's remember, Marc-Andre Fleury was in goal in Game 1. We're going back to Robin Lehner in net for Game 2. Of this series on Tuesday night for the Vegas Golden Knights. And the last couple games, Robin Lehner's looked very good in net for the Golden Knights. So I think this is the night where Vegas finally at least gets enough offense to win them the game. I don't know if they'll explode for like 4 or 5 goals, but give me a 2-1 or 3-1 Vegas win, 4-1 even, and I will be happy with my result here in Game 2 of the Western Conference Final. So I'm going to rock with Vegas in regulation, around even money, minus 105, depending on which book you look at. Vegas Golden Knights in regulation, plus 100 or minus 105 in that range. That's my recommendation here on this Odds HQ Tuesday NHL betting preview video for Tuesday, September the 8th. I'm Ian Cameron. Thank you for watching. Reminder to check out odds.com every day for great sports betting content, as well as the Odds HQ YouTube channel for live shows and videos daily, including the college football show. Make sure you're watching that. I'm part of that show. We got a great crew: Connor Mack, DJ Big Boss, Big Ragu, and myself on the Odds HQ YouTube channel live. We're going to be live Tuesday night, breaking down the upcoming week of college football action. We got a bunch of games on tap. The ACC's getting into the mix. The Big 12 teams kicking off their season as well. So make sure you join us for the college football show Tuesday night, early week edition. And then we'll be back on Saturday, right before all the games kick off, Saturday morning, with our college football crew here at Odds HQ, bringing you all the college football betting insight you need to help cash some tickets. All right, that'll wrap it up. Thank you again. Enjoy Game 2 of the NHL Western Conference Final on Tuesday night, and I'll be back with you tomorrow on Wednesday for another Odds HQ NHL betting preview video.